All right, so we're out at Clarence's last property here, 2319 Kelso. Doing some major remodeling, renovation on this house before they move into it. And the siding is one of those things, eventually windows too. But as of right now, basically doing a full siding replacement, fascia overlay, and drip edge replacement is what we got so far. Beautiful house over here in Churchill Estates. Really gorgeous layout, but a lot of work, big project. So got some dormers up there. Those would need to be addressed. Obviously some pretty bad rot along the roof line there. Again, the fascia is not in great shape. Again, just to be clear, the fascia overlay, anytime we do that with the Hardie, we're going to make sure the sub fascia, the existing fascia now, is in good condition, meaning no rotting, it's not twisting, warped, bowing, rotting, any kind of deteriorated state. That'll be fixed up before we do our fascia overlay. So the dormers, obviously, we'll wrap the front door here in Hardie plank. Windows, any penetration. I swear that trash truck's following us around from the last house that was 25 minutes away. Any penetration in siding will be trimmed in Hardie 1x4 and will be head flashed. Right now there is no head flashing on anything, so head flashing and 1x4 trim will be part of that as well. Soffit, we're just going to paint, caulk and seal and paint on the soffit. As far as that's all that really needs. Chimney's brick on both sides, so nothing to worry about there. Coming over here, we got a small little rectangle right there that'll be done with Hardie plank, and the conduit wall will be painted to match the siding color. Again, same thing with the soffit and fascia overlay, drip edge replacement. Coming around to the back here, you can see a lot of the work going on back here. So what we have back here, again, siding's in all not that all bad a shape. It would be a good candidate for an overlay, so we'll talk about that here in just a second with Clarence. But eventually what we're looking at here on the back is anything from the second story and above. All this stuff below, I think he's considering bricking. So for right now, we're just basically looking at second story, including this little dormer up top. So again, very good candidate for an overlay here on the siding. Again, that doesn't mean that the trim would all go and the trim would all become Hardie plank. But again, if this were my home, I would definitely entertain the idea of an overlay just for the cost savings alone. And it's good wood. It's not masonite. It's not any kind of garbage press board stuff. It's good wood siding that would be substantial as far as the substrate. So we'll talk about that here in a sec. Coming over to the right side of the house, we have this chimney, obviously big hole up there. I'm sure there's critters setting up shop in there. But what we're looking at again from this side is second story and above. So taking this right from the transition of brick to siding and upwards would be kind of our scope of work, at least initially. And then the sidewall all the way down. Again, recondition or retouch the soffit. Make sure all the vents are attached. Caulk and seal all the H-molds, the vents, and then paint on the soffit. Drip edge replacement. Fascia overlay, just like we talked about everywhere else. All the corner trim and capping on the chimney would be included and would be done with Hardie plank. So that's pretty much what we're looking at here. We don't have to remove any of the gutters. We don't have to do any kind of R&D on the gutters. Clarence will do that himself and save a little money. But the gutters would absolutely need to come off before we would accomplish our fascia overlay. So that's what we got. This is the third and final property, and Clarence, we look forward to helping you out in whatever way we can, and look forward to working with you on these projects. Thanks so much for your time today.